Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining us again in one of these episodes of the journey that we're taking together to get to know Qatari culture and tradition throughout the pages of its literature. As you know, we are taking this journey in the last season with translators. So today with us we have Abdul Ghafoor. Mr. Abdul Ghafoor speaks 5 languages, believe it or not. He was born in India, more specifically in Kerala, and today he will talk and he will tell us about his story, his journey here in Qatar, and also his journey in literature and as a translator. So first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, welcome.
And first I will ask you some personal things regarding literature, and then we will go talking about your story and your way. How did you get here? First, I want to ask you, what is your favorite book?
Really, I like all books.
Okay.
Especially my favorite is literary books. More specifically, I like books in mother tongue because patriotism. I like literal books, stories, short stories, novels in my mother tongue, which is Malayalam.
Okay, in Malayalam.
And more specifically, I have translated one short story of eminent story writer Santosh Echikano
Okay.
to Arabic.
Wow,
It was
mashallah.
published.
Mashallah.
So he is my favorite. It is my favorite book. Its name is Komala.
Komala.
It was published in one of electronic media.
Okay. Speaking about electronic media, today, do you prefer to read, for example, in a tablet or in a book?
Really, because being very traditional,
Yes.
I like to
Book.
read book.
Yes, me
More,
too.
more than tablet.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Even I think that the smell of the book is very
Yeah,
nice,
of
right?
course.
Which would you say is your favorite writer?
Considering to my language, I like this story writer. I told about him.
Okay.
Santosh Echikano.
Okay.
Because he write about contemporary issues, social issues, and specifically he criticizes the social problems.
Okay. Well, now we are going more to your professional journey and
Okay.
how you came here to Qatar. My first question is, how long have you been living here in Qatar?
Really, I have been here from 2007. It is long.
Okay.
More than 14 years I am
Wow,
here.
mashallah.
I started my journey first from a simple establishment, namely Al-Haiki Translation and Center.
Okay.
And from Al-Haiki Translation and Services, I started translating simple letters. Then from the first year, I translated one poems of an English poet in Dubai,
Okay.
namely Jayhun. I translate his poems from English to Arabic, and
Okay.
it was published from India in 2010.
Okay.
And it was starting of my journey in translation. Really, more translators in such institutions just do translation of formats without taking concentration to other works.
Okay.
But I concentrated to translate all literal works and reading more and attempting to get more proficiency in translation. Thus, at last year, I reached to Qatar tourism.
Okay, yes, I was going to ask you about that. So you're now in Qatar tourism,
Tourism,
right?
yeah,
Okay. And how is your journey there? What do you do? Because some people don't know that it's very important to hire a translator as a local staff, as a permanent staff. So what do you do? What do you do there?
Really, I have too much works there. I have translated mainly the letters which come to chairman of Qatar tourism
Okay.
from Arabic to English. Also, they have some letters to be drafted to Prime Minister office or Ministry of Environment or other departments. So I have to translate. They will draft letters in English, then I have translated them to Arabic, and also they will have 10 days they will invite tenders. They will prepare tender in English.
Okay.
Then I will translate them into Arabic.
Wow, mashallah.
And there will be memorandum of understanding between countries, between India and Qatar in the field of tourism.
In cultural aspect. Okay.
Then I
Yes.
will translate from English to Arabic, and likewise there are many kinds of translation.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And you're mentioning because lately we have been just focusing on literary translation.
Okay.
So it's people that is just translating one book
Okay.
or a novel or poems.
Okay.
In your case, and today we are talking about a translation that is different, and it comes on also with political and social responsibility,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because maybe a mistake
No.
can, I mean, it will not be fatal, but it can affect the relationship between two countries in the tourism sector.
Yeah.
So it is very, very interesting and very important what you're doing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And the importance of the content of the letters that
Letters, yeah,
you are translating.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
mashallah.
Yeah.
And I hope that you always translate correctly everything you have in your
Yes,
hand.
of course. Otherwise, they will kick me out.
So mashallah,
Yes.
congratulations. And what are your plans? Are you planning to stay in Qatar? I see you have one book here. Can you
Yeah,
please
yeah.
tell me a bit about this book? This is yours?
Yes, I translated it from English to my own language. It is
Okay.
Malayalam.
Okay.
It was written by one Turkish scholar
Okay.
about Shams Tiberizi. It's a mystic poet.
Okay.
You have heard about Shams Tiberizi?
No.
No, not
No,
yet.
no, no.
He's a Iranian poet
Okay.
and Sufi.
Okay.
His teaching is very important nowadays because of it is about love between all people, regardless of religion, regardless of countries and nation, without boundary, love without boundary. It is the message of Shams Tiberizi.
Okay.
So this book is very important in this era. There's this I translated from English and published in mother tongue, and it was published from India and issued in the last Sharjah book fair.
Ah, mashallah. In this last one,
Last one, yeah.
Doha Book Fair, International Book Fair.
Not Doha, Sharjah book fair.
Ah, okay.
Sharjah
Very
Book Fair.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, in your profile that we checked before this interview, I saw that you can speak and you're fluent in 5 languages.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's English, Arabic, Hindi, Urdu, and Malayalam.
Yeah.
Can you please explain us basically what is the difference, or how can we know the difference between Hindi, Urdu, and Malayalam?
Really, each language unique.
Okay.
But
They are completely different.
completely different.
Okay.
Really, my job now translating from English to Arabic and Arabic to English. Both languages are not of mine.
Okay. Yes, they're not both of you. Yeah, they are not your mother
Yeah,
languages.
My mother tongue is Malayalam.
Yeah.
In India, we are multicultural.
Yes.
Each state have unique language, different language.
Okay.
Our language is Malayalam, and other next state is Tamil Nadu, and next is Telugu. All different language.
Okay.
Our Hindi is our national language,
Okay.
and Urdu is similar to Hindi in only spoken level, but in grammar it is written is like Arabic,
Okay.
and so there are similarity between Hindi and Urdu.
Okay.
But regarding our language, Malayalam, it is totally different. It is from Dravidian language.
Okay.
And Arabic English, all known to all. It is known to all. So no need to be explain about.
Yeah, no need to explain. No,
Yeah.
what I mean is, I think, and I am sure that for the people that are watching us and the people that don't have a complete knowledge of what is spoken in India, it is very interesting to understand that it's very different, you know?
Yeah.
If, for example, in our region, I'm from Mexico.
Yeah.
So even if we all Latin America speak Spanish, we all have a different accent that makes it different. And
Yeah.
sometimes there are people, let's say, from Argentina, from Chile, that is very hard to understand for maybe a Mexican, you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted to know this difference, and I think that it's something that our public will also be interested in. Okay, so you arrived. What did you study? Sorry, what did you?
Really,
How
I
did, what did
studied
you
from,
major?
my major in Arabic and English. I studied from Darul Huda Islamic University,
Okay.
a prominent university in Kerala. We studied 12 years Islamic studies, Arabic, English, and Urdu.
Okay.
3 languages with
Okay.
our mother tongue.
Okay.
So from this institute we studied how to translate. I started translation because of my father.
Okay.
Because he is a religious teacher, but he was reciting Quran with English translation.
Okay.
Then
This in Kerala in that moment when
in
you
that
were
mo-
young.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
was young.
Okay.
So because of this act, it was because it made a spark in mind about translation, importance of translation. It was the reason to become a translator.
Okay, now I understand.
Now I also teach students translation course in India by online
Okay.
every day at morning. The timing in Qatar 5 o'clock. It is equal to 7 o'clock in India. So I teach them Arabic English translation.
So you are teaching them online.
Online, yeah.
Wow, mashallah, that's very nice. So you are living here in Qatar, but you are still teaching
Teaching, yeah.
children
Yeah.
in Kerala.
In Kerala, yeah. In PG
Mashallah.
level students,
Mashallah.
Arabic and English.
Congratulations, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
So, if there's a young person right now that is planning to become a translator or planning to become an author, what would be one of the recommendations or advice that you would give to this young person?
Translation is not an easy task, not a cakewalk.
No.
It is transferring one culture to another culture, transformation of culture from one to another. So it is not easy. The translation is not a word meaning, not translating from one word to another from dictionary, but to convert one idea from one language to another language.
Yes.
So the emphasis must be given to understand the idea and the culture of the society from source language to target language. And I advise not to rely on Google translation
Yes.
because nowadays people will paste the source language to
True.
Google.
It's true.
And they will say it is a translation and make some little corrections.
Exactly.
It is exactly against the it is honesty. We must be honest to idea, to the feeling of the source language.
Yes.
It is my advice to in first translation anyone to want to be translated.
To be and you're very right. Honesty, I think in every work that we have is very important.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, that's it. Do you tell us your future plans? You will stay in Qatar. You will not stay in Qatar. Are you planning to write a book?
I have planned. I have told you at first about one story writer, short story writer. I translated his story. It is Komala. I translated to Arabic, namely Kariyatul Amwat. Komala is a very famous novel.
Okay.
And when I approached many publishers, they told this is small piece. We need more about 100 pages or something like that.
Okay.
So I have taken permission from him to translate all his short stories. Now I am planning to
mashallah.
translate all his short stories, then publish a group of his stories in one book.
Oh, very nice. And regarding about Qatar, will you stay here?
Qatar, really, I like Qatar. I
Yes.
adore it.
Yeah, me too.
Because it is very strange that the gardens in India is not a problem because there is rain, there is a good cold weather, everything. but here is a desert.
Yes.
But they made very too much gardens and buildings, all marvelous buildings.
Yes.
And most importantly, they accept all cultures,
Exactly.
all nationalities, all religion. They look only the skill. If we are we have skill, they accept us,
Yes.
regardless of religion or ethnicity or
It's
anything
true.
else.
It's true.
So I like Qatar. Still, I want to shift to India because it is more than 10 years here. So I like to shift to Qatar, but I will write, I will translate Indian literature to Arabic. It is my plan. future
MashaAllah.
plan.
Inshallah. And
Inshallah.
I hope that everything goes perfect with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
And as you said, yes, Qatar is a country that has a lot of diversity. You can see it right now. You're from Kerala, I'm from Mexico,
yeah,
and we
course.
are in the Ministry of Culture of Qatar.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I wish you the best, and thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, and see you in next episode.